All right, Coach Thomas. 2-1, coming off the big wins against Empire. What are your thoughts, first of all, how you guys played in that game after coming off a loss?
We wanted to dominate that game, and we wanted to clean up some things that we felt that we didn't do well in the Saguaro game. We only scored 8 points, and with the offensive weapons that we had, we're not an eight-point scoring team. We felt like we should have dominated like we did in the Cat Foot game, and so we went into the Empire game, and we put up 42. We could have put up a lot. We pulled our starters in the third quarter after we went up 42-0. So we felt like we could have did a lot more, but we did dominate on both sides of the ball. I think we punted once after we had our subs in the fourth quarter. But we wanted to just play Buena football. We wanted to be able to move the ball. I wanted to run a lot. If you guys looked, I probably used 6 to 8 running backs back there. Let Giovanni throw a couple balls, and we could have thrown a lot more. But the running game was working, and we did what it took to win the game. So offensively, we were excited about that. Defensively, I don't remember what their stats were, but we didn't give up many rushing yards. We got to be able to stop the run. It's 5A football. You got to be able to stop the run, otherwise teams are going to beat you up. And we've been in the past, teams have ran on us a lot, and I thought that we were able to stop the run, contain one of their good guys. So going into next week with Desert View, we feel like we can do the same thing against them.
Having Giovanni, what kind of advantage does that give you as far as his senior leadership?
It gives me full advantage. I think that he's in our region, probably every team we play, he probably has the most varsity experience among any quarterback that's been in. I talked to a lot of coaches. They say, "Is he still there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's still there." So a lot of the plays, I let him call a lot of plays. He'll get the first play of the game. Sometimes I'll just say, "Hey, call a play." If he's in a rhythm, I let him call a play. He trusts what he sees out there. So being with him 4 years, I make sure that I put him in situations to where he knows he's earned his right to call a play every now and then. I let him run the ball a lot last week because I know he wanted to make some plays. At practice, he's shown that on the scout team, he's able to make some plays. So I let him run the ball a little bit more. So it's. I mean, you got a 4-year varsity starting quarterback for you. Been in the same system, same head coach, and like he said earlier, he missed 0-hour weights this morning. I texted him, "Hey, where you at? Don't miss." Accountability, commitment, teamwork. He's the type of kid that you have to coach up. If he throws an interception and I say nothing to him, that'll drive him crazy. I got to get on to him. I got to let him know, hey, the safety went over there. You got to throw the other side. So he's one of those guys that wants to get coached up. So as long as I stay on him and if I challenge him, he'll do what he has to do. If I tell him he's going to rush for 20 yards next week, he'll make sure that he proves me wrong. So he's that type of kid. He likes to get coached up, and even though he's making plays for us, I still hold him accountable. I want to know where you're at. I want to know why. And I want to know what you're doing.
What has he meant to the younger guys on the team, or even the seniors? What has he meant to them?
They look up to him, and obviously they see that me and him have a good relationship. But I am harder on him than anybody else because he knows better. He's been with me 4 years. He's been with me on the varsity. We've stuck it out through thick and thin. So a lot of the kids see how he responds to me, and then that's how they kind of go. So if I'm hard on him, if I'm hard on another kid, they're okay with it. I don't treat him any better. I try to treat him worse because he knows better. But the other kids look up to him, obviously, with his experience at varsity, his relationship with me. He's able to make plays. We let him play on some defense this year too. So they look up to him as far as that goes, which is more reason why I stay on him. And they talk to him. They ask him questions. All the other quarterbacks ask him questions. They're trying to figure out, hey, what are the signals? What are the signs? How can we fit in next year or moving forward? So a lot of kids look up to him. So he has to step his game up. We hold him even more accountable. He has to be more committed, and he has to be even more of a team player.
With him being able to run and throw the ball, what kind of a threat does that give your whole offense?
Oh, it's a dual threat. I mean, look at I think that Cienega's been one of the best teams in our league for as long as I've been here, and Cienega's always had dual threat quarterbacks. They had Jamari Joyner where he could throw the ball, where he could run the ball, and it's one thing, when you got a passing quarterback, you just drop your DBs deep. But then after you drop those DBs deep, now if he can run, he beats the first level, second level guys. Then it's off to the foot races.
Right.
And he made some plays that I thought he did great last week. I told him, hey, if you get tackled again like that, I'm not going to let you run it. I don't want him taking hits.
Right.
If he can get to the sideline, get out of bounds, you get a first down, slide, that type of stuff. But he's just a football player. He wants to make plays, So, we're allowing him to do that.
And then now looking ahead to Desert View, what do you know about them? What are your thoughts about that game, that matchup?
same coach, same type of kids that they have there. They had a good running back last year. I don't believe that he's playing, but they got another speedster back there. We saw him in the summertime, so obviously we want to make sure that we keep him in check as far as the yardage and stuff like that. I think they got a quarterback that can throw it a little bit better than what they had last year, but we got some DBs that are playing some good ball too. So we like the matchup. Looking at their 1-2 games this year. We watched their film, from last year, and we like the matchup. We think it's going to be a good game, and if we get out there and do what we got to do, we feel we can come out on top.
All right, Coach Thomas, I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.